Where I am from, Bangladesh, one-third of our population is between the age of 15 and 35. That is more than 56 million people. Yet, this is a group that is systematically underserved and unheard. In rural communities especially, they face unequal access to resources and economic opportunities to set them up for lifelong success. Can you imagine the lost potential? This is mirrored around the world. Let's take a look. You may be surprised to see an older person like me up here talking about youth empowerment. But since the beginning of the Hunger Project, youth have been our most important populations we work with, and a population that I am passionate about alleviating. You see, youth are historical the voices of dissent. They are the voice of rocks. They are the voices that rock status quo. They are the grassroots that give rise to transformation of systems, countries, and the world. Bangladesh was born from youth movements. And I believe that Bangladesh without hunger will also be created by young people. I left Bangladesh in 1970, at the beginning of the Liberation War. When I returned 21 years later, I came home to a country that has failed to our expectation. My young nation had grown older while I was gone, but it had not grown up. It had grown in path to independence. It had only grown more dependent, unfortunately. As I was considering whether to lead the Hunger Project in Bangladesh in the early 90s, I went to a wise friend's home to have tea. We were sitting on the sofa, and I heard a strange noise under the tea table. I investigated further and discovered that it was a parrot. Believe it or not, it was a parrot. It was pacing back and forth, not like a bird at all. I became curious and asked my friend, "Why doesn't it fly away?" He said, "It cannot fly." Can you believe a bird cannot fly? I asked whether it was sick, whether its wings were clipped. He said, "No, it's a perfectly healthy parrot." This was the parrot in every way. It looked like a parrot, walked like a parrot, did everything like a parrot, minus its ability to fly. But this bird had never needed to use its wings, so those muscles never developed. As a result, it could not fly. It was incapacitated because of the way it had been taken care of. And I realized That is what happened to our people in Bangladesh. At that time, there was a general feeling of dependency and hopelessness. That sense continues to be widespread among the people today, but not our young people. They are not hamstrung by that mindset. Youth, by nature, are risk takers. They are idealistic. Once they embrace their civic duty, they are do-gooders who can create change. They can make a new Bangladesh that is free from hunger. Building on that belief, the Hunger Project launched a program called the Youth Ending Hunger Project that is designed to transform the mindset of the youth to create a hunger-free, self-reliant Bangladesh. The program now trains students in leadership, citizenship, innovation, and critical thinking, and community organizing. The young leaders then take initiative in their neighborhoods to combat changes like gender inequality, corruption, climate change, and so on. Climate change. That is absolutely critical. As you may know, climate change is hitting Bangladesh particularly hard. We are a low-lying delta with a lot of rivers and wetlands, and flooding is common. One particularly ingenious group of young people recently confronted this challenge by developing floating gardens, believe it or not, that rise and fall with the water level. They used water hyacinths to create a bed that can hold topsoil, then planted vegetables and other key dietary staples on top, guaranteeing a consistent and resilient source of nutrition for their community. It has been a game changer for their families as well as neighbors. Projects like these tell me that we are in good hands going forward. These students are the change agents. We need to create a stronger country. Our Youth Ending Hunger program gives them a sense of I can. That can be missing from our older generation, unfortunately. Seeing that sense of stewardship for the future gives me hope. It is what makes me so invested in the young generations. I believe in the power of youth leadership. I believe in a world without hunger. Will you say with me, a world without hunger?